Deep in the humid heart of the neotropical rainforests, where light fractures through layered canopies and sound dissolves into a constant biological hum, lives a bird whose existence defies expectations. The manakin is small, often no larger than a human fist, yet it carries within its fragile body one of the most elaborate evolutionary experiments in animal behavior. In a world dominated by camouflage, silence, and restraint, the manakin has evolved toward precision, rhythm, and spectacle. It is not merely a bird of the forest, it is a product of time, pressure, and selection refined to near perfection. The evolutionary lineage of manakins stretches back millions of years, emerging as tropical forests expanded and diversified following major climatic shifts. As flowering plants spread and fruit-bearing trees became abundant, ecological niches opened for small, agile birds capable of navigating dense understory environments. Early manakin ancestors were likely unremarkable in appearance, blending into foliage and relying on caution rather than display. Over time, however, sexual selection began to shape their destiny more aggressively than natural selection alone. Unlike survival traits, which are judged by predators and environment, sexual traits are judged by potential mates. In manakins, this judgment became relentless. Females favored males that could move faster, jump more precisely, and generate unique mechanical sounds through wing motion. Each generation amplified these preferences, gradually transforming basic movements into codified performances. What began as simple hops and wing flicks evolved into choreographed routines requiring extreme neuromuscular control. The physical structure of manakins reflects this evolutionary path. Their skeletons are compact yet reinforced, allowing repeated explosive movement without injury. Muscles responsible for wing motion are disproportionately developed for their size, capable of contracting at speeds rarely seen in vertebrates. Some species exhibit modified wing bones and feathers that snap together mid-flight, producing audible sounds that travel through dense vegetation. These are not accidental byproducts, they are instruments, fine-tuned by selection. Coloration in manakins follows a dramatic sexual divide. Males often display intensely saturated colors, scarlet crowns, electric blues, golden yellows, contrasting violently with the dark green understory. Females, in contrast, are cloaked in muted olive tones, optimized for invisibility. This dimorphism is not aesthetic coincidence, it is the visible record of evolutionary trade-offs. Males gamble survival for reproduction, while females prioritize longevity and concealment. Manakins occupy a very specific vertical space within the rainforest. They are most commonly found in the understory and lower mid-canopy, where light is scarce and movement is constrained. This environment rewards agility and memory. Each male establishes a display area, sometimes no larger than a few square meters, which it memorizes intimately. Every branch, leaf, and perch becomes part of a mental map, allowing movements to be executed without hesitation. Dietary habits of manakins are modest but ecologically significant. Primarily frugivorous, they consume a wide variety of small fruits, swallowing them whole and later dispersing seeds across the forest floor. This behavior contributes directly to plant regeneration and genetic dispersal. Insects supplement the diet, providing protein necessary for muscle maintenance, particularly during breeding seasons when energy expenditure peaks. Despite the vivid displays, manakins are not reckless. Outside of mating contexts, they are cautious, reserved, and acutely aware of danger. Their small size makes them vulnerable to snakes, raptors, and arboreal mammals. Silence and stillness dominate the daily routine. The transition from invisibility to exhibition is deliberate and timed, occurring only when reproductive opportunity outweighs mortal risk. This tension, between hiding and performing, defines the manakin's existence. It is a life lived on a knife's edge, where a single mistake during a display can mean death, yet hesitation can mean evolutionary failure. In this balance, the manakin thrives, not by avoiding attention, but by mastering it. As the breeding season approaches, the rainforest undergoes a subtle transformation. Hormonal changes ripple through manakin populations, altering behavior, metabolism, and priorities. Males return to established display sites or compete for new ones, clearing small areas of debris to create unobstructed stages. These locations are not random. They are chosen based on visibility, acoustics, and escape routes, reflecting a deep instinctual understanding of spatial dynamics. The social system of manakins centers around lekking, a mating strategy in which males gather in proximity to perform displays while females observe and choose mates. Unlike species that form pair bonds or share parental duties, male manakins invest everything into performance alone. Success is rare. In many populations, a small fraction of males achieve the majority of matings, while others may never reproduce at all. What makes manakin leks extraordinary is the presence of cooperation within competition. In several species, subordinate males assist dominant males in performing complex routines. These apprentices do not mate, yet they dedicate years to learning precise movements, timing, and positioning. This mentorship system allows displays to reach levels of complexity that no single individual could develop alone. Courtship dances themselves are astonishing in precision. Some mannequins perform rapid lateral movements along branches that appear almost unnatural, as if gravity has been briefly suspended. Others leap vertically between perches with millimeter accuracy, producing sharp wing snaps mid-air. These movements are repeated relentlessly, sometimes thousands of times per season, demanding endurance as well as coordination. Females evaluate performances with ruthless efficiency. They may observe silently for days, returning repeatedly before making a choice. Minor imperfections, hesitation, mistimed snaps, uneven landings, can disqualify a male instantly. There is no forgiveness in sexual selection. Only excellence passes on. Once a female selects a mate, the interaction is brief. Copulation occurs quickly, after which the female departs to nest alone. Males provide no parental care. Their evolutionary role ends at fertilization, while females shoulder the full burden of reproduction. Nests are built in concealed locations, often low in vegetation, where eggs and chicks remain vulnerable to predation. This extreme division of labor shapes population dynamics. Female survival is critical to species continuity, making their cryptic coloration and cautious behavior essential. Male mortality, while impactful, is evolutionarily tolerated due to high competition and redundancy. This imbalance drives the relentless intensity of male displays. Human-induced environmental change poses an increasing threat to this delicate system. Deforestation removes display sites that may have been used for generations. Fragmentation isolates populations, disrupting apprenticeship networks and reducing genetic diversity. Noise pollution interferes with mechanical sound signals, while climate change alters fruiting cycles essential for energy intake. Yet mannequins persist. Their ability to adapt to secondary forests and altered habitats demonstrates resilience. However, this adaptability has limits. Without continuous forest understory, the cultural transmission of displays may collapse, erasing behaviors refined over millennia. Beyond their reproductive drama, mannequins play an understated but vital role in rainforest ecology. As seed disperses, they influence plant distribution patterns, contributing to forest regeneration and structural diversity. Their feeding preferences shape which plant species thrive, subtly guiding ecosystem composition over time. Mannequins also serve as indicators of forest health. Their reliance on intact understory, stable fruit availability, and quiet acoustic environments makes them sensitive to ecological disruption. Declines in manakin populations often signal deeper systemic issues within rainforest ecosystems. From a cognitive perspective, mannequins challenge traditional views of avian intelligence. The dances are learned, not purely instinctive. Young males practice for years, refining movements through repetition and observation. This implies advanced motor learning, memory retention, and social cognition, traits once thought exclusive to larger-brained animals. Culturally, mannequins resonate beyond biology. They embody a principle seen throughout nature, that survival is not solely about strength or dominance, but about mastery of form, timing, and communication. In their world, beauty is not decoration, it is function. As tropical forests face unprecedented pressure, the fate of mannequins becomes entwined with humanity's choices. Protecting them means preserving not only species, but evolutionary artistry itself. Each dance lost is a language silenced, a tradition erased. Small, luminous, and relentless, the Manakin continues to perform in the shadows of the rainforest. It does not sing the loudest, nor fly the fastest, nor fight the hardest. Instead, it dances, with precision shaped by time, with courage forged by risk, and with a quiet insistence that in nature, perfection is never accidental.